So this is something you guys may have already heard about, man, but this is an update on the case with the cop that got killed, Ella French. Now, we've had a few cops killed over the last few years that I've been covering. We had a cop that was killed downtown. I think he was a commander, actually. And that guy already got sentenced, his case. Then we had Ella French. Then we just most recently had 079 MTV members kill the young black female, beautiful female officer, Ariana Preston. She was only, I think, 24 years old. So, anyways, this particular case involved the brother of the alleged shooter. Now, this guy, you're going to hear how, like, the sentence is, he was not the guy who actually killed the cop. Okay, so a Chicago man was sentenced to 7 years in prison on Thursday after pleading guilty to 3 felonies in connection with the murder of Chicago police officer Ella French. And I'm putting up a picture of Ella French here with her mom. She was adopted. I think her birth mom was probably Latina from the looks of her, maybe Italian, but she was 29 years old. Eric Morgan pled guilty to obstruction of justice by destroying evidence, aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, and aggravated unlawful use of a weapon with a previous conviction. So these are kind of interesting charges. You know, the other guy was allegedly the guy who actually did it. Destroying evidence, I mean, everything was pretty much right there on camera, so I don't know how he could have, like, possibly covered that up. But aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, again, you know, it wasn't him. Aggravated unlawful use of a weapon with a previous conviction. So the judge sentenced him to concurrent terms of 3, 5, and 7 years, respectively, according to court records. Now, prosecutors had dropped 8 other felonies, mostly different varieties of firearm possession charges, in your plea deal with him. So they offered him a plea deal in the murder of a cop. He never was accused of shooting Ella French or her partner during the fateful traffic stop on August 7th of 2021. They say the prosecutor said that he ran from the scene, then returned and fled with the murder weapon after his brother had killed French and gravely wounded Officer Yanez. So Amante Morgan, who's the guy who, you know, had allegedly done it, he continues to fight the charges. Now, his mom had gone on, you know, social media and posted some stuff after that. She had uploaded a video of herself going to the hospital and saying that, you know, she didn't believe what CPD says. That didn't really fly with, I think, most people in the public due to the simple fact the cop was dead. I mean, that's not something the police can lie about, you know, and she wasn't killed by the other cop. The other cop was hit too. So, I mean, whether or not it was even on video would be kind of irrelevant given the end result of the interaction. So, I mean, they would have to explain that. But anyways, officials said that Amante Morgan refused to comply with the officer's commands during the traffic stop. He pulled a gun from his waistband as he fought with French and Yanez, then opened fire. The fallen officer's body cameras recorded images of Amante Morgan holding the gun. A third officer who had chased Eric Morgan, he was chasing him down the street. He turned back after hearing gunfire and shot Amante Morgan during an exchange of gunfire. Police arrested Eric Morgan, and prosecutors said that he struck one of the people who was there who had nothing to do with what was going on with the murder weapon, resulting in the aggravated battery charge that he pled guilty to. So, anyways, that's basically the situation. This is kind of an interesting legal question because, okay, if you're involved in committing a felony during which somebody dies, you know, you can be charged with the body of the person who died. You know, like if you're on a robbery or whatever, somebody dies during the robbery, even if you personally didn't kill the person, you were in the process of committing a felony, so you can be held, you know, liable for that person's death in court. This particular situation, that didn't happen with Eric. The only thing I can think of is that there's a distinction between a premeditated felony that one is, you know, setting out ahead of time to do, and then having a death result from that, and having a person commit a felony in the process of reacting to someone else committing a felony that you didn't plan on doing. You guys see what I'm saying? So, like, in other words, they didn't set out that night to do anything illegal, okay, or to kill Ella French or anything like that. And the gun possession, you know, or destroying the murder weapon, that was something that he did in the aftermath of the crime, and which was not by all measures premeditated. So, you know, they get stopped. this is something that they didn't predict. His brother kills French. That's something that he couldn't reasonably be expected to have known was going to happen. So everything that he was doing that constituted felonies in the aftermath of that was a reaction to something that his brother had done that he didn't foresee. That's the only thing I can think of. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section, man. But he committed these felonies, and during the process of him committing these felonies, French died, but she didn't die as a direct result of him committing these felonies. These felonies were a reaction to the actions that his brother took that caused her to die. So legally, I think there's a very fine point here. If they had been doing something illegal, like let's say, they had been robbing somebody at gunpoint or something like that, and then French had tried to stop them from doing that, that may be a different situation. But whatever they were doing that caused her to stop them in the first place probably was not a felony. And as far as the gun possession, I don't think that would count. A person that just has an illegal gun on them and then somebody dies, in the situation surrounding that, I don't think the person can be held responsible for the person's body in that case. So that's the only thing I can think of. I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a law expert, but yeah, so he's not being held responsible for Ella French's body. Or the wounding of Officer Yanez. So rest in peace to Ella French. Like I say, CBD is still a very dangerous job. The police have obviously killed a lot of innocent people, but a lot of police get killed too. And I disagree with the take that a lot of guys I see in the comment section talking about, if we retaliated every time somebody's killed by the police, then they would think twice before killing us. I disagree. I'm just thinking, me personally, my own instincts. If I knew that somebody was likely to draw on me, I'd probably be quicker, with the trigger than if I think he's not going to draw on me. Like, I'm thinking about my own life, my own family, right then and there in that moment. I'm not thinking about like the aftermath in society and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys are talking about, they wouldn't kill as many of us if we killed them. I think it's the opposite. I mean, at least for as far as human instinct goes, is the opposite. If they think you're more likely to kill them or to kill somebody else, they're probably, just survival instinct. They're going to be more likely to kill you. I don't know these cops personally. I don't know how they think, but I mean, I'm just talking about it from a survival instinct perspective. So you guys let me know what you think in the comment section, man, but I don't think that's a very smart tactic. If he had just complied, all of them, by all indications, would still be alive. Saying French, he wouldn't be locked up. He may be doing like some small amount of time. His brother would be doing like practically nothing, maybe get probation for whatever would have happened. I mean, everything that happened that, caused them to now be facing life in prison, I'm talking about his brother, happened because, he just didn't do what the cops were telling him to do. And so you guys let me know what you think, though, in the comment section, man. Rest in peace to Officer French. And interestingly, in the public, support for the police had increased after this. People saw, visually in real time, the dangers that they really face. And I'm not making excuses for police that act crooked. I'm not making, excuses for them at all. But I think people just, when people see how dangerous it really is, it becomes a little bit more understandable. That's a job that not everybody can do. And some people go ahead and do it anyways and then mess up like that. So this is a tough situation, man. But you guys let me know what you think, though, in the comment section, man. Your boy Chicago News, I'm out.